This is our week's roast rate. Thank you guys for coming in, being so patient. Hey, Crow, welcome in. But big shout out to No Beanbox today, Bug. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. Blame Schnoodle. But big shout out to Schnoodle, who redeemed 10,000 channel points to get me to try this coffee. What this coffee is today is Cooper's Cask Coffee, a Kentucky bourbon barrel. Very, very interesting concept. Not mud coffee, no. She actually let me enjoy a cup of coffee for once. But some really incredible Kentucky. What a cool place, right? What a world. See, I'm saying all these nice things to Schnoodle and she can't even hear me. She, one in a million little lady. Great friend, big supporter of the channel, somebody that I am very blessed to have in my life. Riv, thank you for the gift sub. I appreciate you. Schnoodle, enjoy your emotes. I know
just
what.
subscribed.
No, so the way that these work, it's really cool. I was doing some research on them so that I could portray some information. They sit these coffee beans in their in the kegs that they've used to make the whiskeys or the rums or things like that for 2 months before they roast them. I'll be really interested to see how the flavor portrays, simply because of so the beans, you can really smell the bourbon in it. But in the coffee, all I really smell is the coffee. So I'll be interested to see what the play is with that, how much the bourbon is going to come through it. As you can tell, this is a bit of a darker roast. It was registered as medium roasted. So no real surprises there. We're talking about chocolatey hazelnut, which, of course, super excited for. Sweet plums, roasted nut with a bourbon finish. I think this is going to be delightful. Schnoodle kind of cheated on this redeem because it was like a 4-pack that she redeemed. So I got to choose which one I wanted the most. And this is what we go. Chocolate, hazelnut, and bourbon. Should be interesting. But I digress. That's impressive. That really, will you tell me how your day was now? I guess not. Look, Riv, she's a monster. What can I say? It's interesting. Because you get a lot of the bourbony taste. And that's about it. You can get the hazelnut, but you gotta reach for it. You know what I mean? I think that if hazelnut wasn't one of my top flavors that I've had that I enjoy, I don't think I'd be able to pull it out. Did you talk them by the others too? What are you talking about? But it's definitely very bourbony, which isn't bad. I'm a fan of a good bourbon. I do like those flavors that it applies to. No, I have not tried the other flavors in the pack, honey. I am only going to rate one. That's why I asked you which one you wanted me to rate. But the bourbon is strong. I'm not getting the finish like they talk about. So the bourbon's gonna hit you first. You really have to pull for the hazelnut. I'm not really getting any chocolate. Nor the plums. It is on the bitter side of the spectrum. It's not. I was definitely expecting a smoother cup, based off the flavor notes. because usually when you put in some of the sweet fruit in with it too, typically that can pull away the bitterness of the cup of coffee. When you add those sweet notes, like when you get the chocolate and when you get the plums and stuff like that. Yes, I know what a plum normally tastes like. Thank you. I've had it in plenty of coffee tasting notes. His first words were that it was impressive. Doesn't sound like he likes it. Oh no, it's just it's not bad. I feel like I'm probably gonna give it a 6 because I am a bourbon fan. I had very high hopes for this cup of coffee. So in all reality, it's more of the letdown of what I feel the coffee would have been. Because I was like, man, we might have a dime on our hands here. If you put chocolate hazelnut, and I'm not a hater on plums. No, it's not great. I'm sorry, Schnoodz. It's not great. It had I literally picked out of the 4, what I thought would be my favorite, what I thought would score the best. It's just I don't know if the bourbon, if the licorice is a 10. I wouldn't put all my eggs in that basket there, Grace. But if I don't know if the bourbon is just overpowering it, kind of like we did last week with the banana. You know, the banana really overpowered the rest of the nut bread. It's just that the bourbon is too demanding on the palate to let any of the other flavors come through. And like I said, it's not bad. It's just not as crazy and blow your mind as it would be otherwise. If you would have had, like, because we've had hazelnut coffees before. Cocaine, yes, absolutely. I would, you know, just a little bump, and you're good. Bourbon coffee, what? Yes, bourbon coffee retro. How we doing, buddy? But it's too strong, so then it just turns into like a bourbon coffee. You know, if you've really got a hint for no, for sure. Yeah, totally, Major. Yes, yeah, Coca-Cola. Mm-hmm. But it just, because you like I said, you really got to search for the hazelnut. I don't get any plum at all. I just, you know, it in the expectations I had for it, and then it not meeting those expectations, probably drive down a little bit more. For example, the first 10 that we had, that Sumatra that we had from the Bean Man, it was just so I didn't know what to expect, and then it went out of the world. You know what I mean? It was just went above and beyond. We've had so many hazelnut coffees in here before. And hey, no worries, gaming fan. I appreciate you hanging out, as always. But the hazelnut's a pretty strong flavor as it is. So the fact that the bourbon can overpower it is surprising to me, but it could also just be, you know, from being in the bourbon barrels for
that is it. I am rubber and you are fat. Don't you dare touch my hat.
I mean? And if I just feel like that's overpowering it. So I will say, Schnoodle, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I cannot thank you enough, and I will never be able to thank you enough for everything you've done for me, all the years of friendship we've had, and for redeeming 10,000 channel points to get me to drink this coffee. I will definitely drink the rest of it. And I cannot. Hey, do I? I apologize. Sorry, Robo. I apologize, Robo. I will give you a little bit of a hat. An extra hat. There you go. Enjoy for a little bit. Just for a little bit. just for a little bit. And no, I agree. I thought it was gonna be fantastic, and I just missed it. It just missed. But again, as always, Schnoodz, thank you. If you guys aren't following Schnoodz, do yourselves a favor, check her out. She is currently mainly doing a smut run of Baldur's Gate 3, which has been incredible, incredibly entertaining. Her and Schmore both having a grand old time of it, womanizing the hell out of all the men in that game. But check her out if you guys are not following Schnoodz. Lovely little lady. But thank you, as always, everybody. That was your roast rate. I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. Probably tastes better with the bourbon in that coffee. Man, maybe. Probably. Sure couldn't hurt.